Hello students! In the last video, we learnt about a type of saturated hydrocarbon, alkane. We know that compounds having only single covalent bonds between their carbon atoms are called saturated hydrocarbon compounds. That is, in saturated hydrocarbons, all carbon atoms, in fact, all carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms are linked by only a single covalent bond with each other. The whole family of such saturated hydrocarbon compounds is called alkenes. The general formula is CnH2n plus 2. Now let us learn about unsaturated hydrocarbon compounds. The first family is the alkene compounds, while the second is the alkyne compounds. Compounds of the alkene family have at least one double bond between the carbon atoms of the chain. Like the alkane group, the alkene group also has a general formula to represent them. It is CnH2n, where N represents the number of carbon. Now what will be the first member of this series? So you'll tell me about methane, right? But that's wrong. It is because, by definition, alkenes should have at least one carbon-carbon double bond, which requires two atoms of carbon for minimum. And methane has only one carbon atom. As a result, it cannot form a double bond, and therefore methane does not exist. Then what's the first compound? Can you guess? Let me give you a hint. It should have two carbon atoms, since that's the smallest number after 1, to form double bond. Isn't it? So now can you tell me the name of the compound? Correct, it's ethene. Ethene is the first hydrocarbon member of the alkene group. As you can see, it has two carbon atoms linked with double bond. Its molecular formula is C2H4 and is also written as CH2CH2. You already know that when naming any hydrocarbon compound, we use the root word and the suffix. The root word depends on the number of carbons present in the hydrocarbon chain and the suffix on the type of bond. For example, if a hydrocarbon contains one carbon, its name will have the root meth. For hydrocarbons containing two carbon, eth will be the root, while root prop for hydrocarbons containing 3 atoms. And so on. This is followed by a common suffix "ene" behind the name of each hydrocarbon, since we are talking about alkene compounds. And what does this mean? Yes, it means compounds have at least one double bond between their carbon atoms. As I just said, the compounds in the alkene family have the formula CnH2n, where N is the number of carbon atoms in the chain. In ethene, what will be N? Yes, 2. Substituting this value in the formula, we get number of hydrogen atoms as 4. Since here as per formula it is twice the N. So observe that here the number of hydrogen atom is simply double the number of carbon atoms present in the compound, which is true for all the members of this family. We can say that in ethene, two carbons share two pairs of electrons, and so they form a double covalent bond. So we can say that out of 4, 2 valence electrons of each carbon are now satisfied, and the remaining 2 valence electrons are satisfied by bonding with hydrogen and making single covalent bond with each hydrogen. Now again, is this formula true for all alkene compounds? Yes, the answer is yes. It is the general formula for alkene family. Say for example, if we take N equal to 3 in the general formula of the alkene group, what will be the number of hydrogen atoms in this compound? As we know, it's 2 times N. As we have N as 3, we have total number of hydrogen atoms as 2 times 3, that is 6. So the formula will be C3H6, also written as CH2CH3. Its structure will be like this. Now as you see, the number of carbon atom here is 3. So the name of this compound will have root word prop and the suffix -ene because it belongs to the alkene family. And thus this compound gets the name propene. Here the first carbon atom forms a double covalent bond with the second carbon atom, while there is a single covalent bond between second and third atoms. Their remaining valencies are satisfied by 6 hydrogen atoms bonding like this. Thus in general formula, CnH2n of alkene group, as we increase the number of carbons n, we get longer and longer chains called long chains of unsaturated hydrocarbon compounds. Accordingly, unsaturated hydrocarbons that have at least one double bond between them. Now what about unsaturated hydrocarbons with at least one triple bond? That is alkynes. We will see them in our next video.